Mangga, sok.
All right, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Okay, so let's start today's DM Guild, February 27th of 2020. Since this is the last day, the last week of the month, we are going for OKR.
Okay. Aduh, sial.
Okay, Diba, can you help to open the OKRs?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, next one. No me in this one? Okay.
No,
Oh,
Hi, sir.
down here.
ah, I'm back. We switched personalities.
What is it now at the end?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do it.
Oke,
Okay, let's go for Diba's OKR on digital marketing first.
mantap. Ini prosesnya yang pertama udah ada 2 orang nih sih. Ini aja nih. Ini dulu aja. Kan ngemot kan, aku sudah bilang. Terus diamu Irizal kali ini. Dan aku close dulu dah ya ini ya, daripada aku diamu kamu ya. Aduh. Bilang gak semua pekerjaan. Oke. Ini sudah. Ini juga sudah. Kok ini sih, Cok? Kayaknya ini ke scrollan. Nah, ini lah. Sorry. Nah. Ini sudah semua. Terus pivot key resultnya dari producing 3 leads ke higher conversion rate ke first meetingnya buat CRM. Terus yang aku tanyain ke Vena, weekly period dia rasionya 9:4, cuman monthly period terakhir itu 11:3. Ini hasil akhirnya hari terakhir besok buat lihat conversion rate-nya. Tuh.
Okay. Then the discussion for Diba's OKR. You only have one or only two? Okay.
Yang ini yang
Then discussion from Mas Rizal, Mas Gani.
Aku nggak ada yang DM, aku di konten aja.
Okay, there we go. Abu bro.
Okay, so if there's no discussion for Diba's OKR, we go. Gani doesn't have OKR for DM ya?
Yeah.
Okay, to Mas Rizal then.
Oke, kemarin aku udah apply Google Ads. Pertama apply itu tanggal 26 hari Senin, cuman hari Senin tuh iklannya nggak di-approve karena ada salah keyword yang seharusnya nggak boleh kasih keyword click here. Di call to action-nya tuh nggak boleh ditulis click here atau buy here, jadi gitu. Terus tak ganti read more. Terus
Sorry. I thought it was not like
oke, terus habis itu aku benerin call to action, aku ganti read more call to action-nya. Terus itu yang di description atau di display ads-nya di videonya, bukan di videonya, di ads-nya. Jadi di ads itu kan ada tulisan skip ads, terus sebelah kirinya tuh ada banner. Kayak banner itu. Nah, itu banner itu ada call to action buat tombol buat apa call to actionmu gitu. Terus aku ganti read more, habis itu bisa approve. Terus aku udah record di sini sih, sorry. Aku udah record di sini di first airing itu tanggal 27. Nah ini ada tulisan klik here ini call to actionnya. Terus ada remove disapprove,
Spell and spelling.
spell and spelling nggak boleh ada here atau by here atau
Here-nya yang
iya
bermasalah.
here-nya. Terus sama nggak boleh ada kapitalisasi.
I see.
Nah terus aku
dia dikasih detail ya kenapa-kenapanya ya?
enggak sih, cuman ada ini kan kayak link buat FAQ-nya. Jadi apa saja yang nggak boleh, apa saja yang bisa gitu. Terus tak ganti ke read more, jadi kayak gini. Nah habis itu airing tanggal 26, ini hari Selasa sorry. 26 berarti Rabu, maaf.
Ya.
Ini Rabu dapat ini masih pagi sih, jadi 510, juga 41. Cuman dia kayak kencang banget gitu loh. Nah ini sampai hari ini tadi last minute berasnya udah 7.000, view-nya udah 585
Sehari ini ya. Dari kemarin sampai hari ini ya?
Iya 2 hari ini.
Oh kemarin jam berapa?
Kemarin pagi tuh
Pagi.
udah mulai. Tuh. Itu sih. Terus di resultku ini jadi aku compare sama yang video intern yang sebenarnya dapat 5.000 sama ini udah
Berarti udah achieve belum?
ini udah achieve tapi yang view-nya belum, masih kurang 700-an. Cuman ini bakal selesai sampai tanggal 3 hari lagi. 2 hari lagi.
Iya,
2 hari lagi.
Itu sih ya, nanti nunggu the end of the month buat ini achieve atau enggak. Itu sih. Terus yang action selanjutnya yang second video ini masih progress, aku masih sortir stoknya, nanti bakal aku airing tanggal 29 ya, 29 malam lah. 29 DMT ya.
Mas Rizal mau nanya.
Gimana? Ya.
Kan itu kan apa tuh namanya, harusnya ini tadi ditanyanya pas dulu kamu propose sih, kan at the end of the month.
Ya.
Terus itu tuh comparisonnya kan sama yang internship video kan. Nah yang internship video tuh dia berapa hari airingnya?
Ini malah aku lihatnya tuh bentar. Aku rekod di sini kok. 7 Desember sampai 26 Desember.
Itu kan lebih lama toh?
Ya.
Sedangkan kamu tuh cuman berapa hari berarti kan? 26 sampai 29.
2 hari. Cuman aku
2
lihat
hari.
di mana? Aku lihat record di PV intern tuh budgetnya tuh ini $10 per hari. Singapura dollar per hari. Ini cuman dari punyaku amalnya 64, cuman aktualnya lebih deh. Aktualnya kalau sampai hari ini tuh di balance-nya tuh udah berkurang 200 ribuan lebih untuk sampai hari ini. Mungkin karena ada klik per cost-nya juga dihitung juga. Jadi tapi itu enggak aku record karena ini bukan measurementku kan. Jadi aku cuma measure ini sih. Itu. Is there any question?
So basically you are actually how do I say this, like compensating the amount of like the timeline with the amount of budget that you spend. Is that how you are trying to say?
Aku malah lebih meminimalkan budget sama memperkecil durasinya. Jadi aku mau lihat apakah konten sama keyword yang tak pasang tuh lebih powerful daripada yang video yang lain, daripada ads yang lain. Itu sih. Ini cost buat
the whole
view enggak view
CPV. CPV.
Iya.
Click preview.
Bener ya. Sampai ada ini. Sampai sini. Tuh.
Okay.
Spend more.
So then we're waiting for the result by the end of this month, right? Which is this Saturday.
Yep.
Sir, you raised your hand before.
Yeah. Can we see the video drop off rate?
At the Google Ads.
Yes.
Okay.
The performance of the video.
Okay.
And see when people stop watching. Mosquitoes?
At YouTube or Google?
YouTube, because I saw there was a really sharp drop. Yeah. So too. Yeah. It was almost like.
Iya.
Bisa tidak ada lah.
Dalam 5 menit ke depan, aku akan mengajak kalian bertemu.
Oh.
Padahal totalnya
5,5%. 32%.
Okay. Does anybody see the issue here, or the biggest thing that should be fixed?
From the content side is the viewers is not watch it until the end.
In fact, they're not even watching the first minute. Let's see. Where is this? Where is that point? That's at 10 seconds. At 10 seconds, you've only retained 15% of the audience, and after 30 seconds, you only have 5% of the audience. So you got to fix the front.
Oh.
Yeah.
because it is also the skippable ads kan.
If I may, I think it's because you don't show up as a person. It's a drone fly through. If you show up as a person, you're like, hey, I'm Rizal. I've noticed all the vloggers do that in the very beginning. They show the person, and so if there's a person talking that they can see, oh, it's like, who is this person? And what are they going to tell me? If it's a drone flyover, then it's sort of like it's impersonal, right? That's just a theory. I can't prove that, but if you need to fix the first 10 seconds, and 10 seconds in, how much of the audience is there? You've lost almost 80% of the audience in the first 10 seconds.
Okay, sir, not sir.
Okay, but it's okay. This is why we do this.
Yeah.
To figure it out.
Okay, is there any other discussion for Mas Rizal OKR? If not, then move to my OKR. Okay, so I only have one OKR actually regarding digital marketing, which is the Instagram, but I couldn't show the result now yet because the posting is going on until this Saturday. So the result will be determined by next Saturday, like 1 week after the last post is posted.
Yang so far ada nggak?
Ada di bawah. Itu tuh di situ tuh. Ta-da-da. That one. The showbiz seems like the most engaging one because it invites like 3 shares and 8 profile visits. The showbiz is the parasite one.
I see. And the result.
So we already posted 5, but 2 is still. We already posted like 5 content, but the post number 4 and number 5 is not yet 1 week, so therefore there is no insights yet from the post. There are 3 posts that has already had the insights per 1 week.
You measure it a week after you post it.
Mm.
I see. And your key result here is to come up with a benchmark of for the KPI, right?
Yeah.
How are you planning to set the benchmark number?
I was actually thinking, since each how do I say, each type of post has like different, like what I was saying, right? Like the showbiz seems like has the biggest engagement.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking, like, if it's going to be actually per type of post or maybe per week. That's the thing that I actually still have no visibility on. Do you have any suggestion, Iba?
You have no visibility over.
On like to count whether it's actually per type of post, like is it like showbiz, or is it like property shot, or it's kind of thing.
I think benchmark should be the can be should uh, apply to all posts, right? Because then we know which type of post that will affect or like will get the most engagement, right? That was the purpose, right, of doing this actually.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think um also guide me on this one. Like it could be like the average then
Hmm.
per each apa nih namanya, per each point, sub point.
Okay, average. Okay.
So then like for March it's going to be like at least like I mean it should surpass
Yeah.
the February average, and then after March, February, March, April, it could be then changed into the percentage, then the target.
I see.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
yeah. That's all then for my OKR on digital marketing. Is there any other discussion? No? Let's move on to the main paper for Digital Marketing Guild. Okay. Okay, let's go to the old business. The first one, the DM day this Saturday. Sir, do you have any update?
Yeah. So actually, if whose screen? Oh, if people can click on the link, I'll post the details now. So we have a structure now. We have a syllabus. So we just need a few roles here. I need a project champion for moderator, secretary, refreshments, and cheerleader. So moderator is the person who will essentially guide us through. Uh, I'll volunteer to do that since this has been sort of like a vision. But I need a secretary. I need somebody to work on refreshments and somebody to work on cheerleading. So cheerleading is essentially, because it's such a long time, we need somebody to like, yeah, we can still do it, right? So smile us through. Um, so maybe we can take some time to fill this in. Here, I'll nominate myself for moderator. Can I get a second?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Mr. Secretary, can you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Chair, maybe you can nominate a secretary or ask for volunteers for secretary of the refreshments and cheer.
Okay. So, is there anyone volunteering to become the secretary for DM Day on Saturday? Sir, maybe you can explain more, like what are the responsibilities the secretary will.
Okay, so the secretary is in charge of just documenting the event and also making like we'll have a paper for each stage and we'll have documentation and note taking and questions and stuff. So just essentially a person to compile all the questions, all the learnings, and all the let's say the best practices as we go along. So as we're going through this, we'll collect nuggets of knowledge. That's pretty much it. So the secretary is just creating a written documentation as we go through the day about all the key points that we want to remember from the day. And for the refreshments, it's just somebody in charge of making sure that we get food, drinks and like sort of like coffee, whatever it might be. It's a pretty simple job. And the cheerleader's job is just to keep the tone happy.
Aku mau jadi naked. I'll go naked to be a cheerleader.
Be a fluffer.
Okay, that'll be interesting. All right, whatever it takes. So the cheerleader is essentially just a person who will keep the spirit high, because I'm sure as we get close towards the end of the day, it's going to get a little bit tiring. And so their job is to just tell a funny joke, or and it's sort of like graphics roll during lunch. So anything like that, or I don't know, just whatever it might be.
Okay.
Okay, that's the idea.
Thank you, sir. Mas Rizal, you raised your hand before. Are you volunteering as secretary?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we have a second for Mas Rizal to be the secretary? Yeah, I second that as well. So Mas Rizal is going to be the secretary. Is there anyone to volunteer to in charge for the refreshments? I'll volunteer.
Danco, bangsat. Sia.
Okay, do I have any second to become the? Okay, thank you, sir. Last one as cheerleader. Does anyone volunteering? Okay, Diva will be.
Cheerleader.
Diva as the cheerleader. Do you have any second? I second that. Okay, now we have the PC, sir. You have anything else to
Okay, great. Next part is the participants and what you want to get out of this. We can fill this in today, or we can fill it in before the actual main event. So just kind of talk about what you want to get out of it. I'll start first. So what I really want to get out of this is I want everyone to feel more leadership capability. I want our team to feel confident about approaching digital marketing in a structured way. So we can apply SMART to digital marketing. So when we have digital marketing goals, they should be SMART. We should all know how digital marketing physics work. So we should understand what is the underlying, let's say, we're working through other algorithms like on Facebook, Google, Instagram. So we should understand a little bit more about what those algorithms are trying to do and how these, how does this online marketing world work, and what do we do to achieve results. We also want to get everyone feeling some technical proficiency. So get past the roadblocks of setting your first ad, get past the technical sort of complications of managing a campaign by pushing through and getting some technical proficiency. So you could say, yes, I've actually built a Facebook ad before, and I've built a Google ad before, and I've set a budget. And that's the last part. A lot of the roadblocks is around budget. Oh, I don't know, I'm spending company money. So I want everyone to get comfortable with feeling ownership over working with a budget and understanding how that budget has been used correctly or not. So that's in that category. Those are the primary things. If we can scroll up a little bit, I want to also describe this. It's up a little bit more.
Sorry.
This one on controls. So if we can open that, that's another layer. Diva? Okay.
This one?
Yes. So what the controls are, it's same as what we talked about in mentorship, and same what we talked about in HR. So back to the serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So digital marketing isn't magic. It isn't like, we can just make things happen because we want it, but we need to know what we control. So we control 4 things. We control audience, timing, content, and budget. And based on that, we can create KPIs. So we can create a KPI on a budget per user for acquisition, maybe a time to acquire each user, our growth of the user base as an audience KPI. We can also create a KPI based on timing, budget per campaign. We can do this campaign in this month, another campaign another month, and see what the effects are per budget. We can look at content KPIs such as conversion rates, maybe engagement rates as well, and budget. We can look at budget per user, a budget per return on investment, and a budget per growth. So let's say we spend $5,000 to get 80% growth, or we spend $5,000 to get whatever it might be, right? So those are possible KPIs that we can use. And if we scroll down a little bit, also this is open to whenever we reach a roadblock. We have to understand what is the factor we do not control. We actually do not control audience engagement. The audience is in control of their own engagement, whether or not they want to interact with our stuff. But we can control selecting the audience, making sure that we've selected the correct audience. We can control the timing. Maybe it's the right audience, but you're approaching them at the wrong time. Like maybe with internships, if you start with, let's say, first semester students and you offer them internships, maybe that's the wrong time, but they would be interested. Maybe it's the content. Maybe the audience is really cool. That you reach the right audience, but the content just doesn't engage with them, so they don't see any point in engaging. And it might be like a budget. Maybe everything is right, but we just didn't give it enough budget, and it never got rolling. So those are the factors we control. And whenever we come across something that we feel like we can't control, let's work on the solution side. Let's work on the things that we do control. Yes. Oh, sorry. Back to the chat.
Yes, Diba.
Quick question though.
Yeah.
Why did you put the participant campaign as KPIs for the factors?
For timing, yeah. Because I figure like timing is, let's say for example, how do you know if you got your timing right? Let's say you spent $100 on ads in June and you got 6 users, and you spent $100 on ads, the same ads in July, and you got 100 users. So then you would know that your timing in July is better. I guess budget ROI per campaign per time.
Budget ROI.
That was just a suggestion. This is open. I put these in just as examples, but ideally we should struggle through it all together to try to find out what the KPIs are and what the SLAs are. It's essentially, this is the way to actually engineer your KPIs. You look at what you can control, and then you look at, okay, how do you know if you're controlling these well? And then what the standards should be on each control. So I thought that was actually pretty exciting because it was like, how do we actually create SLAs? And it was kind of related to this. But yeah, to explain the timing part, I guess timing would be you run the campaign during this time, you run the campaign during the other time, and you just compare which one had the better results. Could be budget, could be number of users, could be whatever it might be. Yeah.
Then, I just think of something actually that actually related to results. Ads OTR. For now it's a bit mixed up because the content and the digital marketing are done by same person, right? But since I remember that you finding out the retention rate, it's actually on the content side, right? Because it's about video content, right?
Yes.
But the key result that the action plan that the key result that
Number of views.
result focus on is actually the digital marketing
That's right.
side.
That's right.
It's getting tricky sometimes for the boys and me actually
To understand.
differentiate and then make a different measurement.
This is why I think this DM-a-thon will help. We need to understand like what is the value of a view and what does it mean to get viewed on YouTube. We need to understand, eventually this should tie to some sort of growth metric. If people who are seeing your videos are just seeing your videos but not doing anything, or if the wrong people are seeing your videos or whatever, then let's be deliberate about picking the right KPI. That's like a leadership decision. So in order to do that, we got to understand these things. Like, what is considered a view on YouTube? Does anyone know?
More than 30 seconds?
More than 30 seconds, right?
Second one, and consider as one viewers, right?
Yes, I believe a view is more than 30 seconds.
That's
So,
more than 30 seconds.
so then what is the point of getting that view? Is it the point of getting some branding across? Is it the point of getting somebody to take some action? Is it the point for, whatever it might be? So I think we need to really understand about how each thing works so that we can have the correct intention for each channel, for each type of medium, and to set the correct KPIs too as well. Channel audience fit is very important, right?
Yeah.
We should probably pick the right channel for the right audience. If you're going to put a 3-minute video on Instagram, probably will not work. Just guessing, right? I don't think anybody watches 3 minutes of anything on Instagram. So we have to find the correct channel for that. And then we have to ask ourselves, what is the next action somebody's likely to take after YouTube, right? Are they likely to go to a website? Are they likely to watch another YouTube video, right? I mean, I can't remember the last time, but once again, we have to look at the data and understand about the metrics and understand our audience in order to be.
Sure.
Yes.
Is this going to be discussed during the DM day as well?
Oh, of course. All this is being discussed.
Okay.
So
I have a question to.
Yes, the whole point of the DM day is to actually create that structure. Is to kind of loop everything together.
So then I call a question to move on for the discussion because it takes too long already for this.
Yes, thank you for controlling. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So we can discuss that later during the D-Day. Diba, yeah, okay. Moving on to the second old business, MBS client from Diba.
Yeah, this is the one that related to my PR as well. So since we are already come up with the prioritization for now for the TM and the collapse project, we decided I told you guys before from the previous sync up that we discussed that we are going to focus on this campaign. So basically, long story short, we post a blog and then we distribute it through WhatsApp. And this is and we're looking for a conversion to leads to first meetings actually. And then the metrics that we are the metrics that we are trying to gather here actually is unique WhatsApp views, unique clicks on the link to the blog, unique page view for the blog, and we track it daily as well. And then the text or callback conversion rate to MD to CRM in this particular role, and then the closing rate later. So the benchmark from similar previous campaign, which is actually results explained below. Da, da, da. Yeah, this is the view is 41, one like attention rate 64, and Fena will so Fena also distributed to WhatsApp, but haven't come up with the clicks. But the main key result that I'm going after on my OKR is actually the conversion rate to first meeting. So the latest benchmark is ratio between 11 to 3. So meaning from 11 leads, 3 are converted to
Oh,
first meeting. So that is benchmark that I'm trying to surpass with this campaign. And actually, the last tracking is tomorrow. So yeah, so far, the one that's converted is text back one response. This is actually the last update from Venet because they're the manual tracking. Uh, that is the update from the coronavirus campaign.
Okay, thank you, Diba. Is there any other discussion? So it's going to be the last update.
Sorry?
Tomorrow is going to be the last update, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually add on the update on the next old business, but I have the update. I just forgot to update there. So the total actually we got the posts that the online guest support post that is being posted on Facebook. We got 1, 2, 3, 23 applicants. However, among these 23 applicants, as I already told Diba as well, they're not really like related to the job position itself as well, because first we cannot see like their CV. We can only see like their school and also their current job from like what is actually provided by provided on Facebook profile, right? It's just that. So we couldn't have like the CV, but yeah, 22 or 23 applicants within a week after I posted.
Is that is that bigger volume than the regular pathway that we have on LinkedIn or JobStreet? Or no?
Actually, if we are talking about the numbers,
Volume, yeah.
JobStreet can actually get more, but the thing is we pay for JobStreet, right? If this is free, then it's actually a big pool of number with a free post.
So why I'm asking that is actually I'm thinking I don't know. We know for a fact that it's not a really compelling platform if
Correct.
you want to see the background of the candidates, right? But what I'm trying to say here, if at least Facebook is free and delivering more volume, if that is correct,
Yeah.
what if we post the job but actually we redirect it to the slash jobs page instead, so they can get the full information?
That's actually You mean to website, right? I already put it there.
Okay.
Can you open? Can you click there?
Ini screenshotnya.
Yeah, yeah. So there, right? Like, but I was just saying, like, click link for further information, but that's actually linked to website.
Is there much that going to the website after that?
1 second. I'm going to check. B.L1. Why is it so hot?
Thank you very much for the compliment.
I get it.
17 total clicks.
17 clicks.
Yeah, 17 clicks, 14 from Facebook.
Okay, so how's that volume sounds to you as an HR? Is that better from JobStreet compared to JobStreet or another platform?
Yeah, actually it does.
But is that okay? So in terms of volume, that is actually helpful for HR. But in terms of quality, have you like somehow seen it better or not? Actually,
No.
no. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You know, the people who are applying are like say they're like they haven't had any job experience,
I see.
and then or media consultant. There are some reservation people, cashier. Yeah.
So I think if it's more volume but not quality, then it will bring more noises to HR. Then I will. It's good thing that we try it out, but now we know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not. Yeah, I don't think that we should proceed though.
Yeah.
Facebook jobs.
Okay. So okay, that's being done. Mrs. Secretary, should we put that into the library or something that we can tell that we've done this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Secretary, if you can put it into the library as a history reminder that we've done this, and delete that from the old business. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next one for Instagram. The Instagram update is the one that I already updated on my OKR before. So waiting for next week. And then from Jing, the suggestion watching abstract on Netflix. Any update? I actually haven't watched.
Watch it. It's good.
Iya. Yang Instagram nonton nggak?
Belum yang pertama.
Voice cok yang Instagram.
Okay. Let me just keep it there first, then yeah. Okay, moving on to video content from Mas Rizal.
Ya, dari YouTube dulu udah aku jelasin yang tadi, cuman aku mikir-mikir lagi sih yang video kedua ini kayaknya nggak mungkin bisa selesai bulan ini yang video satunya. Kalau aku rapel di bulan depan gimana, teman-teman?
Ingat yang bulan depan kamu ada nge-push explainernya dulu.
Oh iya.
Ya kan? Kira-kira gimana?
Oke, yang video kedua aku postpone dulu aja. Nah, aku postpone dulu aja buat fokus ke explainer ending yang buat bulan depan. Itu sih. Is there any second nomination?
I second.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Iya,
Should we put that into a vote?
Sebelum malam aku sebelum fokus ke yang video kedua itu iterate yang tadi ngomong action itu loh. Cara mentornya.
Oh. Oke, nanti aku konsul sama Kak Dipa lagi.
Okay. So, Mr. Secretary, can you tag Mas Rizal and Diba to have a sub discussion regarding this?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Diba ask, what is that? Is
Uh,
that the same or different?
Itu ada.
yang ini tuh ini.
Oh,
Oh, this we've discussed last week already, right?
kemarin last week aku minta request
okay.
matriks-matriksnya, terus minggu ini janjinya ininya resultnya kan?
Ya.
Dapat nggak?
Ini nggak ada yang kontak yang ini.
Tapi ada closing rate.
Closing rate ada itu tiga it's that sign MOU ada 3 properti.
Oke. Ini ngetracknya dari?
Ini aku dari Vena. Vena itu cuman
Dia distribute from WhatsApp kan videonya. Tapi nggak ada tapi nggak ada text callback sama sekali nggak ada. Tapi malah ada closing rate. Iya. Terus tau dari mana kalau ini closing rate-nya datangnya dari video? Itu loh yang aku kan kalau logikanya kan harusnya review terus callback terus closing gitu kan. Kalau emang karena video. Nah ini callback-nya nggak ada, cuma langsung closing rate. Taunya dari mana gitu loh kalau misalnya itu karena dia sign up sama kita karena nonton video itu.
Vena telepon ini nggak sih, owner nggak sih? Vena telepon owner kan? Aku nangkepnya
terus dia nanya taunya dari mana video gitu ngomongnya.
Kalau Vena yang nelpon berarti kan bukan dari video kan?
Dari video. Tapi kebayang nggak yang aku tanyain di sini?
Semua pure dari video itu kan?
Jadi kan yang mau ini kamu tanya ke Vena gimana?
Ini sih kalau dari aku nangkepnya kalau Vena ini
waktu video itu on air, live,
terus ownernya kayak jadi tahu gitu loh, kayak jadi interesting gitu loh.
Owner Rizka, Demeter sama Belail ini dia ngeliat videonya semua. Taunya dari?
Jadi oh god damn it, aku harus manggil Vena dulu.
Bisa dicolek sebentar.
Ya.
Okay, Mr. I motion to postpone until Vena is here because it's about to MB sync up. Emang MB aja tarik konten masuk singkapnya.
Oke.
Nanti sebelum kita close singkap ya, kita get back ke sini lagi ya.
Oke. Ih, kok gambarnya screenshotnya hilang di aku?
Masa?
Jadi kayak ungu gitu. Hali Mas Duki.
Ya ungu soalnya ada Barney ini.
Iya.
Salah. Sorry.
Siap salah.
Okay.
Lanjut.
Yeah. And then moving on to the next one, the old business for Facebook to Diba.
Oke, update-nya.
Sorry.
Aku udah jadi kemarin itu sempat gopo kan karena attend list-nya tuh hilang tuh database-nya. Soalnya ternyata pakai emailnya Bukit. Terus akhirnya aku udah invite attendees speaker list tuh manually aku di-screening dari email. Tapi ternyata nggak semua juga punya Facebook. Karena aku nyarinya dari nama email gitu loh tuh. Terus menu dari email list, terus dari Airbnb Professional Host Group, terus Bukit Vista Event Group, Airbnb Thailand, internal employee. Terus aku juga udah ngepost fanpage-nya AHM ke fanpage-nya Bukit Vista. Nanti paling last step-nya tinggal promo. Tapi good news, aku kemarin dapat akses ininya Eventbrite dan ternyata Mas Bayu masih nyimpen passwordnya Bukit. Jadi aku bisa nyariin lagi. Nah itu udah ada nama lengkapnya gitu, nama depan, nama belakang.
Hey, see you on the set? Okay.
Jadi bisa aku invite coba sama Facebook.
Alright. Ya aku lihat sih kemarin kayak Kenio starting to like the.
Ya.
Okay. So last promote means like it hasn't been done, right? But
Belum. Ntar kalau udah di atas 10 like saya terus.
yeah, okay. Okay then. Moving on to the. Is there any discussion for Facebook?
Ah,
If not, moving on to the ads from Jing First Ad Challenge.
oh ini ada progress. Minute. Okay, so last time I'm proposing two new approach for the Facebook ads to marketers. Bentar ya.
Oh my god, Oriana.
Ini mau balik juga.
Dari kampung.
Ini mana? Okay. So last time I proposed two approach. First one is the partner testimonial content that Kani made, and then the second approach is actually the property checklist content. Property checklist, this means it is triggered from Vena's concern about leads that coming through DM. It's not actually not only Vena's concern. Actually, the whole chapter concern is like the leads that coming through DM is actually not a quality lead or qualified lead. So I'm proposing a approach of ads that is containing a content that like I have a checklist, like does your villa have a pool, does your villa like say more than 2 bedrooms or blah blah blah, those sort of like checklist content. And then Vera voted for number 2, Trishna voted for number 1. But we're sorry to detail. We're aiming to the marketplace go-to market right now area, which is Ungasan Uluwatu Canggu Nusa Penida, and tomorrow we will gather to tell that. So the approach from the second ads is actually when the property owners feel related to like, oh yeah, I have a property like this, and then Fena will come up. Actually, Fena work together with Lilis to come up with the median revenue per area, so that in the content of the ads, after the checklist, and then the lines will be like something like, do you know that you can actually
Bring up to this much. And you're ready for that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was the thing that I'm trying to say. Yeah, do you know that you can earn this amount of dollars in a month? That is the price that is the number that Fena and Lilis are trying to come up with. And also, yeah, we are finishing the checklist for the property checklist for each go-to-market area. That is the two batch proposal for the next ads actually. Any comment?
Okay.
Suggestion?
Any discussion? If not, then moving on to the main paper, Diba. Okay, moving on to the new business from Jing.
Oh, okay. So this is actually coming from HR, but we have 6 job slots now for 6 months on LinkedIn. So this is actually pretty effective. It's $1,000, but it's way cheaper than when we paid a la carte. We paid almost $100 for about 1 week of ads per job ad. So if you take like 6, that would be about 600 a week. We did that 24 weeks. Yeah, it would be yeah. So this was a pretty good deal, considering. But now the question is, what's the best way we can use this budget, and what are the KPIs that we can achieve?
Just for HR, right?
This is from an HR's perspective. So it's just to start a discussion that actually this is part of digital marketing as well, actually. And the most Related to another conversation. This is actually where there's actually digital marketing going out, and we can use it to gain followers. We can use it to whatever. But this is type of it's kind of an all you can eat type thing. So you have 6 job slots, and you can use them any way you want for 6 months to do anything you want with it. You can use it to hire. You can use it to maybe imagine jobs that don't exist yet, just to get people to look at it. And so whatever it might be, that is what it is. So then the question is, what's the best way we can use this budget? Uh, just wanted to kind of open that up for discussion.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's actually the largest digital marketing budget that we
Yeah.
have right now.
Yeah.
Is actually in LinkedIn. Did anyone know that?
Yeah.
Our largest digital marketing budget actually being spent is on job ads right now.
I need to do some research first, though. I cannot.
Of course. Okay, so one of the things you can always do is if you start advertising, your follower count will go way up. If you look at, let's say, the followers when we were advertising, we got up to like 300 to 400 followers a week. Now we get maybe 5 without advertising. So advertising does work in terms of building up your audience. But also, the entire digital marketing process of a job ad is similar to what content does for Airbnb. It's like, what is the click-through rate? And LinkedIn tracks all of that too. They look at who your audience is. They look at what percentage of people who looked at it click in. So what I'm actually kind of connecting is this is actually a pretty good digital marketing exercise if you want to see practical advertised results. Okay, yeah. So that's just out there.
Okay, so we will get back next week again for this one, or okay. So what is everyone needs to do? Like to put a comment?
Some suggestions. What can we do with this, and what is the best way to benefit the most?
LinkedIn have the analytics dashboard.
Yes, LinkedIn has analytics dashboards, very detailed per ad on everything, like where your audience is from, what
And we still have
demographics are.
the analytics from the previous.
All the ads have
Really?
all the analytics in them. It's pretty good. It's actually a pretty treasure for digital marketing.
Okay, so Mr. Secretary, can you help to tag everyone and notify that we need to give suggestion by next week, and we will discuss and also move it to old business. Thank you very much.
Stop.
So tag the people as well, ya Gani. Thanks. To Diba again for Facebook.
So yeah, I know that we talked about the metrics that are I cannot do this month, but I will postpone to next month. But I'm starting small with the Facebook page makeover actually because I've talked with market people as well that some of the leads is still coming from the Facebook Messenger. But the thing is, there's a lot of noise in the inbox and the chat that is mostly came from Cash, who is actually Facebook is never or any we learn the hard way that social media is not the correct platform to gather and to compare to put things right. It's a longer effort and it's also sorry more effort and take more time for the reservation team to convert. So I'm trying to make over it to like more focus into the owner sides. So starting small. And the thing that's already done is the explainer video I featured as the cover video, and there's actually a button after the cover photos. We can modify it, and I'm planning to put Fana's WhatsApp there. So instead of like messaging the Facebook Messenger, the journey will be easier for the partners to like contact our CRM. And also, we have this feature service that we never really announced what service are we providing to the work. And I don't want to focus on the accommodation myself, but I'm putting the property management as our service. And yeah, that is the first things that I'm trying to make over from the Facebook page.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh,
thanks Diba. Any discussion? Any comments? Yeah, Mas Rizal.
you want to ask It's only page makeover or with the content tricks like planning like the post
No.
or
Mathematics kan I promise I cannot do I admit that I cannot do that this month. And I'm proposing on the last income I will try to do that on
the next
March.
month. Oh, just so it the page makeover
Ini
and
baru
the
makeover. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Okay. Then another discussion? If not, Mrs. Secretary, you can move that to the old business, and the back we can scroll up. Okay, video content to the bagian.
Oh ini aku kok lupa ya. Oh iya, just technical keyword for ini aku kemarin bawa soalnya aku cantumin ke Facebook juga kan. Masalah keyword aja sih. Teknologi internet dan data. Aku suggest lebih ke kecerdasan pasar atau marketing intelligence. Teknologi internet kayak semua perusahaan punya teknologi internet, cuma nggak semua perusahaan punya market intelligence kan. Dan ada connectnya sama di website blog banyak kan pakai istilah market intelligence soalnya.
Okay, just keyword on the YouTube or
Ini yang di description.
I see. Okay.
Sama kamu kan masukin nomornya Vena. Aku kasih API supaya cuma satu klik itu loh, daripada orang harus blog, copy, terus add WhatsApp, more steps kan buat
Nugget.
Mantap. Thanks, Diba. So this is FYI, right? Can we? Should we move that to old business or delete that?
Move aja soalnya aku belum ganti, aku baru provide API-nya Vena kemarin sekalian buat yang kayak corona itu, sekalian aja. Mesti bikin kan soalnya.
Okay, so Mr. Secretary, please move that to the old business, and the back we can scroll up. Okay, I think that's all. We covered everything on today's business, new business and old businesses. We can change the what chairperson, secretary, and engineer for next meeting. So next chairperson should be Diba.
Mama.
And then secretary will be Rizal. Engineer will be Gunung.
Okay.
Okay, so change the date as well to next week, 5th of March. So I motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have any second? Okay, thank you everyone. See you next week. Diba, good luck ya MB Singkapnya. Seems like a war over there.
Kok tahu kamu?